Right, should we go see how Papa's getting on with his holes? Let's go see. Hi, we're Harriet and Mauro, and 4 years ago we bought this abandoned 4-acre farm in the hills of eastern Spain. After getting the little stone cottage more or less habitable, we moved in and began restoring our land, growing our own food, incorporating animals, and getting stuck in on the first renovation project we'd ever done. 4 acres or 1.6 hectares is a pretty big space to take care of as it is, yet last year we found ourselves beginning the search for some additional acreage for our rescue donkey, soon to become donkeys. With the help of our amazing Patreons, and after a year-long faff with typical Spanish bureaucracy, we were able to make this dream possible, and we bought an additional acre of stunning terraced fields. We harvested the enormous old carob trees, cleared a lot of junk from the land, chopped up a bunch of dead wood, built some frankly quite treacherous and ugly steps down from our land into the new terraces, fenced in about a third of the top terrace, and introduced our donkey to his new space. But with the promise of extreme rain on the horizon, we now had to build a new shelter in record time.
Un poquito más y ya está. Vale, ahora lo llevamos. Media bolsa.
Let's make a snack for the boys. Let's see what we've got. We've got freshly baked bread, jam and peanut butter, and let's make a coffee. There we go. Snack! Coffee! Yeah.
A big one. Is your own?
No, sadly not. Next year. Good job! Oh, tofu!
Tofu, no!
No! Oh, I would have left it.
Yeah, surprisingly, they're all, the 3 of them are basically level, or as, like, within tolerance, so
Cool.
we can just
Easy job.
calculate the triangle and see where to cut them.
Cool.
It's a lot better than I expected.
Alright. Santi's having a nap, so I've got maybe about an hour left. I've got to get these pieces of wood painted with super protective paint because these are the posts that we're using to build the frame for the roof of the donkey shelter. We want to get the roof on tomorrow before we get some serious rain, and if I don't paint them before we put them up, then the roof is going to go on them and we won't be able to at least paint one side of them. So I'm just going to try and paint all of them. Don't know how far we'll get, but I will do what I can. Okay, we are done. We really need a workshop though.
They look pretty.
I'm not tall enough for this.
I can do it.
Yeah, I need
So what are we doing?
I need the step ladder, but the camera's on it. Well, I was just going to check that these are all level using this and the spirit level.
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Do they have numbers and they were meaningful, the numbers?
Should we switch them
I
over?
think it could be 1, 2, 3. That would make more sense, right? Going that way around. I'll text Mauro. He might reply by the time we figure it out.
Orientation is planets.
Yeah, looking at from within.
Looking at
Closer.
it as a donkey.
Yeah,
From Donkey's eye
he has
view.
not escaped.
But that one was lower anyway.
Yeah, so now I think
Yeah.
it definitely needs to change around. Alright. Which way up does this go?
I think the weakest point is the
initially
concrete
worried
concrete feet
exactly.
is the weakest.
Would you live here, Santi? Would you live here if you were a donkey?
If it was you were you would be putting two.
brackets. I cannot. I hate living in a hole and things.
Look at coffee beans, huh?
That's all of them, I think.
Well done.
That feels quite secure. Cool.
Ooh.
I think that for now.
Long posts left, so we could.
One, isn't it?
Yep. This one's popping, like raising up a bit here. This one could it's just like raising up a bit. It could be a contender for extra screws if we have more left over at the
We're
end.
about to put that middle one in, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe that'll help. And remove this.
You done it?
Why are you not in your shelter? You're all wet. Why are you all wet? Okay. Just trying to feed him under the shelter because he hasn't really been in it all that much, even though it has rained a little bit since we built it. And yeah, I don't know why he chose to get wet instead of go under it, so wondering if he doesn't really get the concept of a roof, but trying to get him under it as much as possible. Although, I mean, it's not raining now, so I don't know if he really is going to understand now either, but what else can we do? Right, where are these posts going to go then? I know this is not how you like design buildings, but I just feel better if I can see it and imagine it slightly what it's going to look like and get an idea of the space. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get an idea of how the roof was going to slope. It's going to be, so we could have three, and then 6. Basically, this whole row of panels is a little bit wasted because it's more or less just covering like the gap between the back of the shelter and the terrace wall, but I mean that's fine. It offers more protection to the donkeys and to the food that we're going to have back here. And then we would have another section of roofing there as well.
I guess our limit is this that we measure, right? It's the height of this pole. Let's think about it this way. The limit is 303 because it's the height of this pole, which is the tallest pole, plus the height of the terrace, which is 0.77. 0.52. Yeah, with an Excel spreadsheet, it would be
I was
easier.
going to say a triangle simulator.
Maybe I miscalculated with 15. Let's try with 15. Tan of 15 times 3. Am I doing this correct? Times 3.
I don't know.
This triangle or this triangle from here is the same angle. So see, this is too close.
Because we could raise the cement very slightly.
Yeah, so we can do it. We can do it.
With 15.
We can do it. Barely, but we can do it.
So we could make like a, let's say, a 25 centimeter like concrete block to raise the support, the post support on, and then we've got plenty.
We could do better measurements. But yeah. So yeah, if you have a triangle that the adjacent angle is 480. It's 1.2, so meter 30 on top of that.
Really? Wow. Okay.
That's a lot. 2.26 minus 0.48. That's 178.
Okay, now we can begin.
Is it funny or property? Is it funny? Woo!
Alright, Mauro and Santi have gone to knead some bread, so... where was that? Oh dear. See if we can dig a hole. This was probably the best time for digging holes in the last 3 years. The ground was really nice and soft, really easy. Look, how nice is this? Coming to a job that's all perfectly set up for you. He's brought me the cement. Oh, he's even put the pastera right in the middle. How nice. So we ended up on the shelter part, on the donkey shelter part of this, doing quite small holes. I don't know if you noticed when we actually did that job, but there's not a whole lot of cement in here. Hence why it looks a little bit wobbly when Moses is brushing up against it. And I'm compensating up here by making enormous holes and putting a couple of bags of cement in each one. And we've obviously got this bigger block here as well, raising it off the ground just to get a bit of extra height, but that also adds some extra weight to the whole structure. The reason we didn't go crazy on the holes on this part is because we do want to come back and put like a concrete pad down here. So although it's not the sturdiest thing in the world at the moment, there will be a massive slab of concrete down here. We just wanted to do that because it is good to have somewhere where the donkeys can go if it's really wet and muddy, where they're elevated and their hooves can be like completely dry. So that's the plan here. Hopefully in the meantime, with the added weight from this back part of the structure and the additional 4 posts here that are in a lot of concrete, that will just keep it even sturdier. So that was the plan with that. Okay, we are done. Clean up almost complete, just this bag of cement left that we didn't use. We will be back to this in a couple of days to put the posts in. Going to meet a donkey, 2 donkeys actually, or maybe more, but 2 that we've got our eye on. Okay, we've got to keep a lookout for kilometre 7. Found it! Alright, it's down here. Seguir la pista principal.
Hola.
Hola, buenas. Bien, ¿y tú?
A ver si no lo podíamos.
How much do you want a pig now?
I really wanted a pig before. Now this has tripled my desire.
It's so cute. So this is one pair, male and female. Gosh, you're tiny. You're so little. These are really tiny, Mal. Like, I could believe this is a dwarf donkey. It's really tiny. He's like half the size of Moses or less. A really, really clear stripe. But up here are the ones that we actually came to see. A bonded female pair. Hello. You are muddy. All right, Santi's had enough of the donkeys. Have you had enough of the donkeys? Yeah, should we go home? Oi, oi.
Just cutting the post for the upper part of the donkey shelter that's gonna shelter the all the straw and all the hay. I'm not gonna cut on this line, but
mundo.
Todo el mundo la cantidad de gente que
yeah.
está yendo a limpiar se agotó y
Yeah.
Vale, vamos.
What are you doing today, Mal?
We are going to build a feeder for the donkeys, a slow feeder for the donkeys by recycling an IBC tank.
Oh, hello, Papa. What is it? I came just in time. You need an extra pair of hands. There's 4 extra pairs of hands here. No, 2 extra pairs of hands. I can believe what that guy was saying about it snowing, potentially. Like, you know, he said above 800 meters it's going to snow. It's pretty cold. Santi thought my hat was really funny. Santi, look at Mama. Santi! He's looking at himself in the... Okay, what do you need?
I need you to hold this like this.
Alright. Like that? Yeah. Oh, they came apart. Alright.
I think this is the way. I couldn't thread it one through both. That's what I was trying to do. I just couldn't thread it. It's just so hard. Maybe with you here I can.
Okay. Sky does look very wintry today, doesn't it? Quick, tip it up. I've got like 0 battery left.
¡Ah, it's so cold!
Do you want this? Yeah, it's cold. We might not be out here filming for very long. What are you thinking then with this one?
Oh, with this one, we're going to try a different design. Got a hole here, go like this.
Might leave you to it.
Yeah, for sure. The head is not that thick.
And how far? Like up to here?
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes sense. There you go. Okay, slight change of plan. I just realised that I probably don't need to fence this whole bottom terrace for Moses, at least for Moses, and hopefully not for any of the donkeys in the long run, but at least for Moses because he understands the concept of an electric fence. So, given that this whole terrace is surrounded by these huge walls on one side that you can see behind me, they're about twice my height, or maybe not quite, but they are extremely tall. And then on the other side, we've got a big drop down into the barranco, so we've got another wall like dropping down, and then it just kind of tapers off into a point at the end. So I'm just walking around the whole terrace now. I just need to check every bit of it basically. But I don't think he could get out. Donkeys aren't great climbers. I'm just walking up to the end now just to check like every single point, because what they did mention to us at the rescue centre where we met the new donkeys is that they will be very interested in each other and really want to try and get to each other, even though we'll have them separate for the first few days. They will really want to try and get out and meet one another, so just trying to preempt that. Right, I've just got to the end of the terrace, and at the end, and if you can see, but we've got a big wall of rock here basically. Okay, there's the wall I was just following along, which goes behind a little bush here. Then this is the end of the terrace. It really narrows into a point. There's just a sheer face of rock there. And then we've got a little bit of a dip in the wall here. Or I don't know if it's a wall or just a natural pile of rocks. No, I think it must have been placed here. Wait, is that the barranco or is that another terrace? This is another terrace? No, it can't be. Okay, I need to go explore this now. How much land have we actually bought? I guess a very determined donkey could get down here. God, I feel like a jungle explorer. Where are we going? Oh. Okay, I don't think I can get through this way. Surely a donkey can't get through here. Oh, where did I come from? Oh. No, surely it's the barranco, it has to be. Anyway, I'll explore that later. Right now I'm just looking for weaknesses in the wall. Okay, so there is one collapsed section here. It's not massive, but it does provide a bit of a way up for a very determined donkey, I think. It's a shame because this wall is like perfect all the way along, and just this one bit is just letting it down. But yeah, maybe one day we could work on trying to repair it, but for now that's just one area I'm gonna have to put some electric fencing across or block off somehow. If he did get up here though, this is where he would end up on this top terrace. I don't know if you can see, but just behind that pine tree there is where the electric fencing stops for the paddock that I have already created. And if he did get up here, where would he go? Because I'm just looking, there's another super steep wall at the back here. And again, this terrace tapers to a point, so don't want to make any assumptions and make more work for myself than I have to. If this terrace is inescapable, then really it doesn't matter too much about that broken wall. Getting a bit spiky and overgrown here. Could use a donkey down here, to be honest. Okay, I've just come to the end and the wall stops. We've got a lot of rocky rocks. Could we make an escape up here? What do you reckon, Una? I don't think you'd be able to get up this bit. I think this is way too steep. Surely not. I don't think so. I think it's worth risking it. Hello! Oh, it's just started to spit with rain, but still got blue skies, so I'm going to carry on. The only area that I need to fence off then is the area at the other end of the terrace, which connects with our land. And there's a little stone wall back there, but it's not that tall, nor is it in perfect condition. Yeah, I think up here a donkey could push his way through and up over there, so I think I want to fence this area off. And as we go down here towards the polytunnel, yep, okay, here as well, very shallow step up into the garden. Yeah, in an ideal world I'd bring the fencing all the way up to the end of this terrace and have it running around just inside of the wall, just so we get the maximum space possible, but I cannot put the posts where I want to put them, so they're just going to have to go where they will go, and I'm just going to like make a line and just section off this little back part here. It looks like a big space behind me when I'm pointing the camera at it, but it's actually very small fraction of the length of the whole terrace, so I don't think it really matters. I'm going to get that done, and then I'm going to put Moses in here just to make sure that yeah, he doesn't escape and that he's comfortable here. They told us in the sanctuary to put the male in the bottom terrace so that he wouldn't be tempted to, so that he was like looking up at the females and he wouldn't be tempted to like jump down from one terrace level to another. I don't know if he would, but yeah, it just makes more sense. And then the females, the new ones, are in the area that is actually properly fenced, which is also probably for the best. Right, let's get going. Alright, here goes. Let's see if my plan works. I've popped a lead on him just in case everything goes to pot. Come on then, shall we do it then? Alright, he's free. Took a bit of cajoling, but he is in the new field. Is he going to go straight for the bit of broken terrace wall and escape? No, he's just going to check it all out, see what's up the other end, and then probably come back again. Right? I don't know if I've said this before on another video, I probably have, but I actually really, really love this land because when you're in it, you just can't really see any other buildings anywhere. You're really protected in a valley. The only thing I can see is the shepherd's goat house thing at the top of the hill over there, but you really can just see trees all around. It's really, really peaceful and nice down here.